Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we are back for some more Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, taking requests from you all in chat when it comes to our characters, weapons, enemies, and arenas, so let us know if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see. Let me start up a lobby here. And let me know if anyone would like to hop in to join me here, as we are just getting things started. Speaking of which, why don't I jump into Discord? That would probably be useful, I imagine. Here we are. Okay. Let's see, how are we doing today? Is there anyone who'd like to tag along with me to get things started, or are we looking at either jumping into a pug match, doing a solo to get things started? Vormav, how's it going? How are you? I should make a quick note before we get things started in full today. We have made some adjustments to the way that our request system works. So I'd heard a bit from people who tend to participate directly in our matches that there have been times when we've just had request after request, and sometimes people just want to make sure we at least have some time to have matches in which they're allowed to take whatever they'd like to take. So for that reason, I've introduced some cooldowns with requests, so that that way we aren't going to get flooded with request after request after request and just have this huge backlog of stuff and never get the chance to, actually get through it all and have some quote-unquote normal matches mixed in here and there. And then I also put a cap on the total number of requests that any one person can make for at least the more restrictive ones. Like, I think I did it for weapons and for characters. So should still be plenty of room for people to make requests and what have you. Just supposed to be a way for us to make it so that it is not necessarily a non-stop, everything is getting requested, and we don't at least give people some time to, either warm up or cool off after some tense or crazy matches with silly requests and what have you. So, of course, we'll continue to fine-tune. If it looks like we have made those numbers way too high or way too low, we can change them next week and what have you, but that's at least the theory behind all that stuff. So, Vormav, would you like to hop in here? Or anyone else, for that matter. Obviously, plenty of space. And do. Alright, let's see. You may already be joining on me, but I'll send you the request. Also, other side logistical note, at least earlier in the week, I had basically lost my voice. So, I'm starting to feel a little bit better today, but it's hard to say for certain how long I'll be able to go today. So I don't know if my voice will hold out for the usual 13 hours straight, or if we'll have to make things a little bit shorter than that. We'll see, we'll play it by ear. But just a heads up that there's a non-zero chance that we might have things be a little bit shorter today, if I just can no longer speak. Because that's kind of important. Alright, so we have Vormav, and if you haven't already, you're of course welcome to hop straight into Discord as well. Let us know if there is anything that we'd like to see for the first one. Otherwise, maybe we'll get ourselves warmed up a bit here. Yeah, I have a strong tendency to just try to power through those kinds of things, and that is exactly what caused it in the first place. Was I was not feeling great last Sunday, and rather than shutting that stream down early, I powered through it and suffered the consequences big time later on in the week, where I could barely speak the next few days. So that's kind of what I want to avoid, is perpetuating that cycle. So I'm gonna just try to be more proactive if I do feel like I'm starting to lose my voice, and say, alright, we should probably wrap things up. Not seeing any requests from chat at the moment, though, so I think it might just be up to us to take whatever we'd like here. Hold on, is Vormav in Discord and I've just, like, muted myself or something? No, it's just me. Okay. Wasn't sure if I was giving you the cold shoulder or anything like that. Chat back up. There you are. Alright. So yeah, Vormav, I think we're free to take whatever we'd like here. Any plans, any ideas, any preferences?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, what do you have? You're rocking Turian Sentinel with the saber? Okay, okay. What would I like to do? What would I like to do? I might even stick with what I have right now as well. Broken Sentinel. Because I have not played him very much.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I built him in a little bit of an unusual way. But still a new experience. I made him more of a weapons platform rather than a power character. That being said, I might still put a power amplifier on to amp up the grenade damage. What are we thinking? Are we gonna go duo? Are we gonna open it up to pugs? What's your preference there? Because that may affect how defensively I want to set myself up.
I don't see any requests coming in, so I say go for whatever you like.
Okay. I'll go... I'll do a cyclonic. Play it a little bit safe. In case we are thinking we want to do a duo. And I think I have piercing already. Is there any specific type of ammo that would help or hinder you?
No.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, go for what you like.
Alright. I'll do... Have you spec'd your warp? I'm wondering if warp rounds makes any sense at all.
I do have warp.
Might do that. I know I don't have a ton of biotics to go along with that, but I am overflowing with warp ammo right now, and looking for excuses to use it.
Fair enough.
Okay, so do we want to just go the two of us? Do we want to open it up to pugs and see if someone tags along with us? How are we feeling?
As you like.
I say... Let's go duo. Let's go for it.
Alright, let's do it.
Let's see what we find ourselves getting into here. Okay. Collectors. This is Hazard. Okay, the bees won't really affect me much at all, because I did not even spec my, my cooldown abilities. I just have grenades. So that much is useful. Oh, they're over here on the left?
And LZ.
Okay. Hear them? Ah, there you are. Excuse me, sir. You were supposed to get... Where'd you go? You were supposed to... Excuse me, sir. You were supposed to get punched. Please proceed to get punched. Don't get possessed right as I'm about to punch you to death. That's illegal. Seriously. Show some manners, man. Oh, no, grab! Oh, it's there! There we go. Okay. Go away, bees. Once again. I would just like to pop you in the head. Okay, never mind. We're gonna pop you in this way. Apparently that's how we're bopping you in the head. And that guy doesn't have a head anymore, so that works too, I suppose. Not seeing anything on the left. Oh, down here.
Yeah, I think they're gonna come this way.
Want to let them come to us? What are we thinking?
Ooh, you coming from the LZ.
Oh, hello. Just gonna back this up real quick. So I have the Claymore. I don't have great range. Just as a heads up. Scion, come to the middle. Nice. Ooh, go away. Possessed A-bomb. Ooh, Scion, far left side on the corner, trying to snipe us. Ooh, that's... Ooh, well done. Oh, I missed. Nice. Oh, there's the Scion moving in a bit. Okay, I'm low. Got it. Oh, yep.
Get you in a second.
Alright. Thank you. Scion's still up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You got it?
I think so.
Okay. Looks pretty clear for you. Besides this Praetorian that I'm going to try to occupy. Okay, I'm going back for it. There are a lot of enemies in between me and the LZ, though.
Yeah, maybe when it comes a long way.
Down the right side, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, going around. Good idea. Ooh, don't forget this, though. Okay, got it. How are things in your area?
Grabtastic.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait, no. Grabtastic. That's good. I do hear that Praetorian. Is it coming from me or is it coming from you? It's coming from me. Okay. Just gonna leave that alone for the time being. It's by the LZ. Well, if you've taken care of everything over here, then it might be Praetorian o'clock. Oh, bad Praetorian. Well, grab it. Oh, no. Ah, he's mine! Sensors tell me only one clean sweep, by the way.
Enemies approaching. Got it.
Away, bees. Darn. Right side, Scion through this small building, I think? Oh no, far end on the right. That was very overkill. And I missed. And that was inevitable. Okay, Scion on the right is gonna, yep, start to try to throw those grenades at us. I don't really have the range to deal with him all that effectively, unfortunately.
Oh, Cyan coming through in the middle.
Okay. Abominations on the right. Ow, he's that staggered. Oh, maybe that other Scion that was going through the middle that you were talking about. Maybe that was it. Okay, Scion coming through the ramp over here on the right. It's very close. Oh, you. Oh, there's another Scion on the right. This is probably gonna kill me right now. Yep. And by right, I meant left. Naturally. This is gonna kill me. A lot of abominations this way. Grab, 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 grab. It must be done. Who's left?
I hear a Scion. Yeah.
Oh, collector over here. Would like to decapitate you, preferably. Or not. Okay, never mind, I won't be picky. Oh, there's multiple collectors in here, in fact. Fortunately, you are within grab range. Somewhat surprising. Oh, no, I could have grabbed him, too.
Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Enemies inbound. Got it.
Far left side. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here real quick. You might want to move. That Saya, or rather Praetorian coming in through here now? Yes, it is. Right on cue.
Yeah.
I'm moving toward LZ. Relatively quiet at LZ. Oh, you. Will be grabbed. Out, go away, Scion. I just wanted to care the abomination. Not much else. Also, I don't want to be here anymore.
Squad member has flatlined.
I can jail if needed.
I'm almost there, actually.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about this.
Okay. Thank you. How's this Praetorian looking? Ooh. A little too full of life right now, if you ask me. Oh, sorry. Moved it up.
Nice. It's fine.
What? Where are they all coming from? Oh, I'm out of grenades as well. That's it.
Around the corner, I think.
Oh, don't like this anymore. Don't like this all. Yeah, let me see if I can loop around to get you. Is there anyone coming to get you?
I don't think so.
Okay, come up the ladder.
Thank you.
Problem. Scion, I think, is still over here by the LZ. Yep, it's running away from us. Notes.
Enemy down to 50% strength.
You had to jail it all yet, or use
Nope.
any consumables?
Yeah, just an ops pack.
Our old spot is loaded with stuff, but I guess focus on the objective. Yeah, it's actually pretty convenient for the objective, I suppose.
There is a Praetorian.
Oh, yes, there is. I will distract
Bother.
it. I will distract it for you.
Thank you.
Ow, go away, Scion.
We have an opportunity to snag some lost.
Yeah,
It is right here
I
on
think
me.
that's convenient.
Retrieve it and bring it in. Nice job.
Here we are. Not bad.
To the extraction zone.
Where did that grenade go? Heck. Also, that was not supposed to be there. No! Thank you.
Oh, that was a convenient place to die.
Yeah, try to get in there, of course. But I suppose next best thing we'll have to do. I'm grenadeless. Scion out here by the LZ.
Well, that's why you hear a Scion behind me.
Oh.
Or Praetorian, I mean.
Oh yeah, no, you're not wrong about that. It might sink me right now. Oh, hello, Scion right behind me as well. I just want grenades. Grenades. Shall we reclaim our spot?
We can try.
Are they about to spawn here? Oh no, not quite. Where do I hear them? Over there, definitely. I'm going to get out of here as soon as they... Oh, that was bad timing. I was going to say as soon as they stop attacking me like that, and then they still got me. They are very keen on hitting. Nice. Oh, look out. 2 Scions on the left. Moving in pretty close. Come down. Oh, 1 right down the middle. 2 right down the middle. Take grenade out. Oh, that's a possessed one. And it's probably gonna kill me. Either way. Thank you. How are we doing on the Scions?
Or different.
I need to use a ammo pack soon.
Whoops.
Oh. On my way. Are you in the building or are you outside?
I'm just on the stairs outside. Thank you.
There is a bunch of grenades right on top of the oopsie daisy. Still hear Scions. Look to the right. Another one over here? Oh, that's what it is. Left side.
Nice.
I'm tempted to do it again, but I think there's only one remaining in there. Oh, there's one on the left as well. Look out. It's moving in on us. That hurt. Oh, that's not good either. Where's these guys all coming from? Oh, there's Scion. Any enemies that we can more quickly and easily dispose of? Ooh, hello, Praetorian. Nice to meet you, too. Oh, Scion behind that Praetorian. Excellent. That was supposed to be reload.
Yeah, we're gonna get pinched. We need to move forward.
That was a mistake. Oh, okay. Never mind, the mistake killed the captain. At least there's that. Oh, I don't want to be here.
Squad member offline.
What's up, XO? How's it going? Right now, it is Warmav and myself. We are duoing things up. Oh! And things are going swimmingly. Oh no, there's a Victorian right on top of us. Good idea. Good idea. Okay, I can jail. Get you! Ups pack and get out of there.
Heading back to our spot.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff to head over where we just were. Joining you shortly. That was a bad shot. Praetorian looping around left side, coming in soon.
Oh, yes. And drop down in the middle.
Alright, gotta go grab ammo. Something hit me? Yes, apparently. That's gonna miss.
Nice.
Had to be done.
It did have to be done. It was that or tech armor.
Oh, true, true.
Enemy force approaching.
Hot today, but otherwise things going well. Bombs away. At this point, probably too little too late, but well. We'll take it. Praetorian
Oh,
and Scions.
and bees. Don't
All
forget
paying
bees.
us a visit here. I'm running past Praetorian.
Oh,
and
that's
down the left side.
exciting. Dropping down the middle again.
That's second. Like, no way. Oh, hello, Praetorian. Goodbye, Praetorian. I no longer wish to be here. Abomination come behind you. That one. Nice. Alright, I'm fleeing to the right. Sign out here. Please take cover. That's not where I wanted you to take cover.
Team member has gone dark.
Thank you. Get back where we came from. realize there were that many people there.
Well, I saw the 3, but it was 3 enough.
I gotta just punched a bee and killed it. This does not happen very often. Oh, that's not good. Look out.
Grab it.
I'll return the favor. I have them distracted. Back to the old spot.
Yeah, well,
Oh, well,
yes, objective permitting.
Oh, it's not this. That's a Praetorian on our left as well. Getting ready to nuke. Nuking on this side.
No problem.
Incest Abomination on this side. Shit. Praetorian on the 2 Praetorians on this side. Oh, start flying. Nice. There's another one behind it though. Oh, and a Scion. Uh-oh. Objective is done though.
Yep, data retrieved.
Oh, I'm getting safe. Oh no! Alright, I think I have more tails than you. Oh, never mind. Praetorian, look out!
Oh, not that way.
Ah! Don't start flying, dude. Oh, never mind, I got grenades anyway. I dare ya.
Oh.
Ah, no! It was worth it, though. It was worth it, though.
You sacrificed yourself so that I could get the tech armor kill. I appreciate that.
Here. I think the rest are at LZ. Reservoir building on the right. Oh, look out. Oh, good shot. Praetorian on the left, coming in very close.
Found this
might be.
ladder here.
Coming in. How are things down there?
Not too bad.
Pretty quiet up here as well. Famous last words, because I'm now getting flanked by Praetorians. Lovely. Oh, hold on. No! Okay, never mind. We won't get greedy and go for a second grab. Oh, wait. Ow! There we go. Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Decent way to warm up. Glad to see we both got the gold grab medals.
That's what matters.
That's what matters, exactly. So let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one, or if there's anyone else who'd like to hop in here. Obviously, we have room. Just do a quick gel check. We're looking fine. Not seeing anything at the moment, though, so dare I say we might be in for 2 in a row in which we can take whatever we'd like. No, it looks like that might be the case. In which case... Is there anything in particular we'd like to do for this one?
I'm not sure.
Let's see. So we both... I mean, you did combo of biotics and tech. I did a little bit of biotics, if you want to call lift grenade a biotic skill. I mean, technically, yes, but mostly just claymore. I might go a little more tech-oriented this time, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay. What do you have in mind?
I'm thinking Solarian. I'm not yet sure if I want to go engineer or infiltrator. I could be convinced either way. My engineer, actually, I recently promoted, so I would have to spec that. But I think that's where I'm leaning. Suppose I could just go infiltrator and keep it simple, but what the heck? I'll spec the engineer. I think what I did in the past was might not have gone all the way for fitness. Maybe dropped 1 point in passives, weapons damage, in order to get at least a little bit into decoy. Do you ever take radius on energy drain?
Sometimes. I think lately I've just been doing damage, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Leaning that way.
It really depends on how I plan on using it.
Mm-hmm. And rank 6 for the defenses versus damage.
Yeah.
Likewise there. Just matters what you're trying to do with it. And that is nice. Damage is damage, on the other hand. But also, still incinerate. I feel like could potentially be more of a direct damage source. Obviously, the use cases are different, but the amount of shields that you steal is based on how much damage you deal, right? Is that still the case?
No, I think it's just...
Is it a flat amount?
I think it's based on your base shield value.
Okay. Maybe I will go defensively. Not sure I want to go passive 6 or if I want to go fitness 6 yet. Let's see. What number do we get to? We go 5. It's not bad. I think I might go the defensive route here, though, because this was a character that once upon a time I was considering for solos. Okay, I think I'm all set up then. So yeah, I'm gonna alternate between spamming energy drain and incinerate, of course. Actually, am I at 200%? I am. I am. Have armor piercing. Not yet. Okay, now I'm good to go. So you went base human engineer?
Yep.
Alright. Looks like we're, I mean, again, duoing unless we want to open it up, or if anyone from chat wants to hop in here last second, you're welcome to do so. Well, last time it was a semi-biotic, but kind of sort of just weapons platform setup. This time we're going full-blown tech. Ooh. Okay. I don't love Reapers. Well, I mean, I suppose we can deal with anything. Defenses-wise, although I perhaps sort of
lots
prefer
of fire explosions.
Yeah. What ammo did you take?
Incendiary.
Oh, okay, nice, nice. Basement? Yes. Oh, it's hazard as well. I didn't realize that.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. What am I saying? There's a lot of dudes over there. And I missed them all. Here's someone over here? There definitely is still someone behind me. Alright, I think objectives are going to be the big question. Given now this is such a small map. Basement? Oh, hello. Goodbye. I missed. Silly lids. I hear a brute. And it's flying at us! As brutes do.
As brutes do. Yeah.
LZ, I think? No?
No, it might just be this.
Oh, right. Oh, you got it. Okay, what do we have here?
Power's been cut to our local data.
I think that's what I didn't want to see.
I think you're right.
Oh,
Oh,
this hat.
Yeah.
Hazard's gonna hurt. Hey, Banshee. How is it going? Ow. Yeah, you know, necessary. Probably, even now, might still be in a bit of trouble.
What? We need to.
Hazard!
Mm,
Yeah. We need to get away from this thing, kite them away, and then make our move. Oh, look out. Oh, look out. This freaking Hazard, man! Oh my god. Alright, I'll tell if needed. I'm right in the middle. Oh, thank you.
we're always close by. It's Glacier.
True. There's the Banshee. Have a Brute. Okay, I'm gonna surround it. Now, I'm kiting them away. If you wanna make a run for it,
Yeah.
I seem
that's
to have a
what
lot
I'm
of their attention. At least the big guys.
Looking good so far.
Nice. Excuse me, I can't grab you. I don't believe you. Uh-oh. Okay, on my way to try to, not get synced by this Banshee. It's okay, I'll distract her. No, don't, no, 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 no. No!
So close.
Ah, I'm down. This is gonna be a bit of a problem, I'm afraid. Oh, I did not want to do that. Thinking kite away. Oh, this is right in the middle. I don't even know how I'm gonna keep them far enough away. Ah, no, that's not where I want the Banshee to be. Where's the Hazard? It's right on cue. Okay. This, I think, has to be it. Can't get it now. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to get it at all. Banshee, leave me alone!
Nice. Not nice.
Where is this one? LZ?
Actually, that's not that bad. That's not where I thought it was.
Really try not to use an alt pack, but I should have. This is greedy. Fruit no, fruit no, fruit no, fruit no. Oh, this is not gonna happen. Ah, it was close to. There's trouble. Might have to do this. Did you get a Banshee as well? I did not get. Oh, gosh. Oh, we have 1 minute? Okay.
Yeah, you probably don't have time.
That's not really the side I want to be on. That's great. That's
No, that's. Aw.
somehow she didn't actually sync me, even though she really wanted to. She started the animation, but yeah, this is, I'm afraid,
Yeah.
a fool's errand at this point.
I mean. Sure, but. Who's gonna stop you? Certainly not the Reapers. Aw.
Ah.
So close to getting that one too.
Seeing what's up, it has been a while. How are you? Things may have gone a little awry there with a duo.
It could have gone better.
Oh, I also forgot about decoy. That might have helped, but then again, Not sure
Yeah,
it would make
it
enough
would
of a
have helped,
difference.
but you know.
Yeah. We do have a spot if you'd like to hop in. You're welcome to do so. I don't know. Vormap, I feel like we might need to run that one back.
Yeah, let me make it official.
Also, did use a lot of consumables. Okay.
Oh, there's
not
no
this one.
choose a map anymore?
Oh! I must have forgotten to activate it. Hold on. Give me a second. That can be fixed. Find it. Okay, if you
There we go.
refresh, it should be up now. Yeah.
There we go. Now it's official.
Okay, so let's set it up. Reapers. Glacier of the hazard variety. Except this time, we're calling in some reinforcements. Let me see if Zing is in Discord as well. Not at the moment, but you're welcome to hop into the waiting room and I can get you in here if you'd like. So yeah, I think that that's the worst objective on Glacier by a pretty significant margin. I guess hack can be difficult depending on where it is.
Yeah, depends.
Like pizza, oftentimes is lightning fast. Drone can be pretty quick as well. Targets is targets.
Yeah, devices is usually just the real trouble one on Glacier.
And I guess oftentimes across the board, but I feel like Glacier in particular. Especially when you have just one or two people, because it's really hard
Yeah.
to kite enemies to the other side of the map, because even if you do, they're going to be on you pretty quickly. Alright, there's Zing. Let me see if Zing is in Discord too. No, not right now. Okay, no worries. Okay, so we were going for a tech team. You're welcome to take whatever you'd like. But that was at least the theory. Warcrow, what's up? How's it going? Now you're in the waiting room, okay. Warcrow, we do have a spot if you'd like to jump in as well. Let's see. Let's get Zing in here. Zing, it has been too long. How are you?
Hello there. How's it going?
Doing all right. Good to hear from you
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while. I think probably. I mean, I just sort of got back into this sort of like a couple of days ago. It's probably like been maybe a year since.
Feels like just about that much, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I've just not been active in the Discord or anywhere else really in relation to Mass Effect. So yeah, I just felt like joining in again, joining in and just having some fun back on Mass Effect multiplayer because I've definitely started missing it.
Oh.
Definitely started missing it all. So it's
well, good to have you back.
Yeah, good seeing you again.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be part of this again. But yeah, I am probably well, I've had a few I've had enough games to sort of like get back into the swing of things, so shouldn't be terrible at this point.
I mean, well, as you just saw, clearly Vorbav and I are perfectly capable. There's nothing to be concerned about.
I don't know.
We're perfectly capable of getting to at least wave 3.
Yep.
Yeah, I did a few plats last night on another stream, which was my first time doing plats, obviously since booting up the game again. But they went actually quite well, in all fairness. So I'm pretty confident. I don't know. I can't guarantee that I can successfully carry people if needed in any clutch moments. But yeah, it should be fun. Should be all right.
All right. No worries.
We'll get through this.
One way or the other.
One way or another. Indeed.
One way or the other, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine, indeed.
And no worries, Warcrow. If you want to stop by later, you're welcome to do so.
The only thing I will say, and I need to do this probably like maybe like later on today, but since I started booting up the game, booting up the game again, there has been some instability issues on my side of like crashing.
Ooh,
and
okay.
Someone on Discord, I think it was Red Lightning, told me that it seems to happen where because I'm on an AMD system, so when you go through like a number of like of updates, it just seems to sort of like he got it on his end where it just seemed to have destabilized the game. It kind of like caused crashing to happen, so I basically need to reinstall this game, which I haven't done yet. So so all I'm saying is there might be a chance I might crash at some point.
I mean, Vorbav and I were doing duos before, so what's the worst that could happen?
It's not terrible. It's playable. It's just at the moment. It might just happen. So yeah, just preface that. But it shouldn't be too bad. It was running alright last night. So, but yeah, it might happen. But yeah, I should be able to. I'll probably spend some time today just fixing that issue. Hopefully.
Well, I had an idea. Vormav, what if we did Glacier Hazard and Reapers for the first time today, and we used a tech team?
Well, I tend to mostly run tech characters anyway, so that works well for me.
We definitely did not try this 5 minutes ago and die on wave 3. I don't know what you're talking about. Complete and utter nonsense, if you ask me. Yeah, I think I'm good to go whenever you guys are.
Hang on. Just gonna... Ooh, what do I want to run? Going tech-based. Oh, I've run out of power amplifier 3 modules, that's annoying.
Vormav?
Zing.
Oh, go ahead.
What was the first character you played when you came back?
My favorite, the character that I always start off on, because it's my favorite one, the Uncertain Destroyer.
Okay.
Yep.
And Vormav, I hate to inform you about this, but I'm afraid this was a Collector SMG party. And you were not invited.
Oh, do I have to change?
No. No.
Ah, that's what I want. Yep. So since we're going tech, I've always had a soft spot for the coordinate female engineer. She's just fun, so I'm running it for this. I think will be good.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Let's go for it.
All engineer team, all a bunch of go engineers. No, this is the Grease Monkeys team. The Grease Monkeys team.
I mean, obviously, we're just here to outsmart the Reapers.
Yeah.
Is how this is going to work.
Location taken back. We have hostile forces in an unsecured area. We need it locked down. Got it.
We just need to assert our mental dominance over them.
Our mental dominance. Yep.
One moment, I'm currently surrounded by husks. And a lot of things.
Enemy is regrouping. Enemies inbound. Got him.
So in here, some people are. Oh, crap.
That's all of them.
Nice.
Enemy is regrouping.
Ooh, what objective will we get?
That's the question.
Is it escorts? Escort. Yes, I was right.
Okay.
Guess that just before I showed up. So I was
We'll
not
take
too
it.
bad.
Don't worry, guys. We have 4 people on the objective. In a 3-person party. Oh, hello.
It's going down the steps.
Real close. Stay with it.
Your sentry turret took out the last enemy. Nice.
Here they come.
Copy that.
Cool. Found him. Oh, hello. Also, hello. Your sentry turret keeps on taking out the final enemies.
Digital MVP.
It really is.
It's too good.
Oh, they're behind. That's not great. Oh, I don't want to be here. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Ooh, look out.
right behind me. Actually,
Keep on running away from me as I chase after you. I'm trying to get them. You are trying to flee. And yet they choose you. Oh, not anymore though. Ah, so close. Oh, Banshee over here in the middle.
Enemies down. Good shooting.
Nice job.
Enemy down to 50% strength. Our signal
Feel let down by the sentry turret.
are offline.
no, my
Come on,
contest-
sentry turret, where
my
were you when
contest
we
team
needed
got
you?
the final kill instead.
What's up there, Galaxy?
Target greenlit.
Was that in the middle?
Yes.
That is an unfortunate spot right now. Ow.
That's a bit messy.
Oh, I should totally grab this dude. Come on. Come on. Come on. Tell me I can't grab the. Oh. I refuse to believe that I was not allowed to grab that guy. Meanwhile, the brute killed me. I object. I would like to speak to your manager, please.
Like for resources.
Oh, that's a raptor. That's kill it. Oh, right here. There is a raptor. Noise. Targets are lit.
crap, B's got me.
I gotcha.
Cheers.
And there we
The
go.
sentry
I feel better
turret!
now.
Sagittarius wins again! Got the final kill, I don't know how, but it did it.
Here they come.
Sometimes it's best just not to ask questions, you know?
Exactly, just accept it.
Who needs questions when you have a sentry turret?
Right. Oh, that fancy did not fall for the decoy, did it? Would not be bothered by the decoy. Hello. Oh, she's invisible. Lovely. My favorite kind of banshee. That's so good, isn't it?
A lot of them in the loading area.
Hello. Shield. Shield. Shield banshee. Oh, what? Raptor over here.
Sagittarius got the mortar again?
Oh, but the cryoblast got. Oh, well, I guess the swarmer
It's a
doesn't count.
swarmer, it doesn't
Yeah,
count.
no, you're right. It's
Yeah,
sentry turret.
on the
It's sentry
swarmer,
turret.
so, yeah, it's a Sagittarius still technically.
Sentry turret is king, confirmed. Everything is in the basement. Ow. Oh, another banshee coming through here. Look out. Oh, where that came from? Behind us. I think we're about to get surrounded by banshees. One of the other stairs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not where I want to be. Not where I want to be. I mean, I guess that works.
Yes.
Rude.
Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Enemies inbound.
Basement again. this is gonna hurt.
Oh shit, teleporter through the wall, that's not good.
Thank you. Look out. Things are about to get a little spicy in here.
Nearly dead, that banshee though.
Not the ability I meant to use. That was. Ooh, that's a double banshee, I'm afraid. I'm bringing friends.
Oh, we have lots of friends. And bees.
Oh, goodness. Not a bad idea. And also watch out for the hazards. Wait for it.
Oh, hello. Would you just kindly get off Vids?
I'm running out of time! Thank you. I am pretty sure the wave is about to be over. Behind you, by the way, there is another group.
Enemies down. Good shooting.
Nice.
Enemy is
I'm afraid I stole the kill from the sentry turret.
Oh,
Vids.
What?
I just ran into a whole bunch of swarmers. I wasn't even thinking when I was potentially running over. Like 5 different swarmers I just ran across.
Come on, man. Swarmers are the most dangerous enemy in the game.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Nice.
Oh, whoops. My mistake.
Waiting for this enemy to come up
It'll be
further.
now.
What's that?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is quite the fiesta over here. Ow.
Oh, hi, sneaky Ravager.
Oh, behind us?
Sneaky Ravager, yeah, right behind us.
Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Shuttle in.
Basement.
Get to the
I've got 3
Up here?
missiles left.
I have 2.
Oh, blue bees are coming down now.
Oh, hello, man. More banshees. Numerous additional banshees, I'm afraid. I hit all of us, didn't it? This might kill me. "30 seconds.
Still moving, yep.
Beat me to it. Where'd my decoy go? What? Let me spell the decoy at the end. I wanted to press
Your decoy was on
extraction.
top of the crate.
Yeah.
Oh, it was? Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, great. I didn't see him. Even better.
I mean, I thought being on top of the crate was an even better distraction, but
I would agree. Honestly, I would agree. So much so that it distracted me. First try. Well, let us know, chat, if there is anything that you'd like to see for the next one. We're happy to make it happen. We do also have a spot, if anyone else would like to jump in. Let me reset our settings here before I forget. What do we think? Anything in particular we're looking for this next one? Not seeing anything from chat, at least not initially. So it may be up to us here. We started with sort of a biotic team, then we definitely went tech. So I don't know if we want to go full weapons platforms now.
Say full soldiers, maybe?
Something like that?
Something along those lines. It's a bit something. Yeah, it's not nothing too complicated, but yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
always
I can
do
do that.
Turian marksman when it comes to that
It gives me a
stuff.
great excuse to play the N7 destroyer. So.
I want to try something other. And you know, it's actually been a while since I did. Speaking of marksman of a different variety, it's been a while since I did the Quarian marksman.
Although then again, ooh, but I do like the Batarian soldier as well quite a bit. Krogan soldier's pretty good.
And it has been a while since I used the striker. Perhaps those two things are somewhat interrelated, as I am a fan of using the striker on this character. Do we want the stability? Or do we want
Yeah, go N7 destroyer.
rounds per magazine? For non-stop staggers. Let's try that way. I'm usually kind of back and forth on that. Would just do the assault rifle AM. I think I usually go barrage upgrade. And I could even go stabilization module. Non-stop shooting. And make those shots go even more boom than they would otherwise go. Objectively the best way to build this weapon and this character, of course. I will take no alternate opinions on this matter. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm ready whenever you guys are. I, may have messed around a bit with my setup. Maybe just a smidge.
Yeah,
Oh, and Air Galaxy, thanks for the follow. Didn't realize you followed there as well. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Of course, we're up to some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer shenanigans here. No, I mean, thus far, it's been fairly straightforward. Nothing too out there just yet. But there's always time for that. Okay, so Quarian Marksman. Base Human Soldier. And then the Destroyer?
Yep. Let's go.
Looks good to me. Okay. Jade Collectors.
Hostile forces in an unsecured area. We need it locked down.
You shall not pass. There it is. You got a kill streak from that? Wow. Are there any missiles involved?
Nope. Grenade.
Nice.
Tech burst.
That's not good.
Clear. Good work. Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping. Here they come.
Oh. That was not really part of the plan.
Kill myself.
Thank you. We're on our way. Sort of. Ow.
It's not, I hate the fact that those abominations are always right up your ass. They're chasing you. Oh, damn it. Oh, these abominations are completely screwing me up today.
Don't worry, I will stagger them away from me.
Oh, whoops. Thank you.
That's it. Not great. Nor is that. I'm gonna blow through ammo like crazy. Thank you.
Enemies down. Good shooting. Enemy is regrouping. We've got intel that some high-value personnel are on location. Find the targets and finish them.
Alright, I'm on it. Oh, that was totally kill streak-able.
You get the captain, that's all that matters.
Now the target is a captain. Ow.
Yeah, that's why it was important to get the captain with the Praetorian.
See, the thing is...
Oh!
uh...
And you gotta shoot. Vids.
I mean, the timing kind of worked, in a way, if you don't think about it too much.
Who needs to think about things?
Oh, you're supposed to get staggered so you can't hit me at all. What's up, Odin? How's it going? Oh, no! I also scrambled to press the jail button at the end of the wave, and I'm not actually sure if I got up because I pressed the jail button or it was because you killed the last enemies.
Enemies approaching. Acknowledged.
I
Contact.
think it was because of the latter.
I think it was.
Based on the time.
Can I grab you around that? Okay, mistakes were about to be made. Oh, you're supposed to get staggered and not hit me. That was the plan. Maybe the explosive rounds were a mistake.
I mean, you can say that.
I know they're supposed to stagger like with the striker, but
I mean, this striker probably has enough stagger to begin with. Probably would have preferred just some more straightforward damage. Hello. Nice try. Maybe next time. Odin is saluting you, Formab.
Bogies incoming.
Oh. Oh, and I forgot explosive rounds set off the shields on the Praetorians as well. This is even better against Collector. Where are you?
nearly ran into the grenades. Oh, and I just ran into that tutorial. It's in the air, so I couldn't see him at the top of my screen.
Oh, hello. Where did you guys all come from? Didn't realize it was a party. Oh, nice.
Enemy down to half strength. Reaper indoctrination devices have been established planetside. Get back and find that device.
Alright, I can grab the first one. Oh, hey, Bornett. How's it going?
Yeah, well, I mean, we have devices on Jade, so it's great. Couldn't be better.
Ooh, nice. Hi. Oh, I had you. That's unfortunate, though.
Oh, got lucky on that.
Is it right next to the one you just did?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna distract these Praetorians real quick.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Great timing. Great timing. Oh, where did you come from? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I mean, at least we died the normal way. Okay. Sometimes, no, no! What did I do to deserve that web? Are you serious? How dare they? You know what? I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. It was one thing with the Praetorian, but as soon as they webbed me, I was not having it. I was not having it.
Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
Oh, this is going swimmingly.
Everything is going perfectly according to plan. You were trying to suggest otherwise, then I don't know what you're talking about. Uh-oh. Good for Nate. I was actually referring to the Scion, not you.
They just do so much damage at random sometimes. Oh dear.
Oh, everything is fine. Everything is fine. I did just kill myself. You're welcome to clip. I don't remember if I've set it up such that I have set the stream to block some links. Hope that shows up as a Twitch link, and so it's fine to share it. But I'm not 100% sure about that. Oh, oops. Go away, Abomination. I want to finish off the Scion. There you go. Oh, yes. What am I saying? Of course. There have definitely been prior times when people have shared clips. Okay. We'll take a look at that one after the match.
Some fine work, team. Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Bogeys incoming. Copy that.
Kill streak. Well, I mean, not yet, but... Eh? Yes, maybe? Oh, the Praetorian escaped it, but yes, it was still killed. That's what I was killing. Hold on, whoever this is behind me, please wait. You can wait your turn! No, it was so close! It was so close. I just wanted to take out the Praetorian. No, absolutely not. I mean, we are blowing through kills like crazy because we've had many range shells. Oh, no, this is our Praetorian. No, then I meant to gel, not missile.
I don't think it's
Or rather,
range shells on Jade. It's reasonable reaction to the circumstances, Jills.
That is also not what I meant to do.
I keep getting
That is still not what I meant to do. This died already, and I wasn't referring to myself. Alright, well, this would be my last gel, so I'm actually going to use discretion on this occasion. As much as I really wanted to destroy that Praetorian that seemingly spent the entire wave on one bar.
still got my missile still. There's another Praetorian right there. Oh, I hate those sounds. They force you out of cover. that's just...
Guys, I hate to break you, but there is a Praetorian right on top of you.
Yep. Fade away. I'm not afraid to use them. Boom.
Just casually have the Praetorian fall on your head.
Another one right there.
There you go.
Ooh, I definitely got a little dicey.
I may have gotten a little carried away there.
Thank you.
Oh. Oh. Stay away. Oh, would have set off its shield. No. Bad Praetorian. Don't do that.
Squad member down.
Oh, it's a possessed Praetorian too.
Yeah, it did that thing where it goes, oh, I was gonna die? Psych. Oh,
Oh, she's right behind me.
this is not a great place to be standing right now. For many reasons, really.
Oh, the swarm has got me again. I mean, I'm a destroyer, so I shouldn't care too much, but still pretty
Yeah, it messes with accuracy too.
Yeah.
The Swarmers do? Or rather, the
Yeah,
bees
they
do?
do.
Yeah,
I did not realize that.
the bees.
Scion over there. Give him a turn quick.
Some fine work, team. We're done. Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload. The enemy has one of our
Escorts.
recon drones.
Oh dear.
It's tagged you as
I mean, it's not devices,
It's
so
not
you know,
devices, no.
there's that.
How's it
not the
going,
worst.
team?
Not too bad. Just wasted my last health pack, so it works, I suppose. Oh, it's nearly there.
What's her?
Now.
team member is hurt.
Start them all.
One after the other. Thank you.
Two Scions over here.
Enemy is still active. Stay alert.
Still got all my missiles actually.
Rendezvous at LZ.
I cannot say the same.
Literally, they spawned right. I spawned right. I was right behind a Praetorian's ass.
Okay.
Oh dear. They spawned right in front of me.
Let's get out of here, maybe.
Still a ways out. Head toward the LZ.
There's
behind us.
I walked straight into that.
What? I just got sniped by a collector trooper at full health somehow?
That's a grenade.
Was it a grenade?
Yeah. Oh, hello.
I didn't even see the grenade symbol.
I did not see it until I walked directly on it. From, a ways away. Nice. But also, it's okay, it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Yep. 30 seconds. You just want to set off your shield, I'm afraid.
Scion in our
Nice soup! Also, you beat me to it.
Nice.
Alright, let us know, chat, if there's anything that you'd like to see us do for the next one. And I'm curious to see what clip you have come up with here. Oh, where did you come from? Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. I mean, at least we died the normal way. Okay. Sometimes... No! No! What did I do to deserve that web? Are you serious?
That's happened to me before with the with the insta kill animation not fully going through and you surviving. That's happened to me. I don't know if it's like lag or something. I don't know.
No, that's what happens when something kills you before the sync kill animation completes.
Okay. Because it's funny though because the he didn't instantly get down. Like the downed animation kind of happened a few seconds after, so yeah, there was it must have been by that then, but even that was a bit delayed. I know there's the thing where if you like with a when a phantom's just about to insta kill you, you can if you hit the ops pack button soon enough, then that gives you invincibility frames to survive the actual instant kill, but which I've only ever done on occasion, but
yeah, it's the only one you can really consistently do it with.
Yeah.
A lot of the animations are too long for the ops
like
pack bonus to last.
you can't do it on the Praetorians, for example. The only thing
Or
I know
Banshee.
about the only thing I know about the Praetorian, the only thing I know about the because I've done it a couple of times with the Praetorians where if you have your missile out and the Praetorians picks you up, you can more or less hit the missile at the same
Yeah,
time.
I've done that before. I don't know if there's a consistent method of being able to do that.
I think
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
I think the only consistent method is to have the missile out before as the Praetorian picks you up. Like you can't pull it out during the animation if you don't have it already equipped.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think it is possible, but yeah, I know that I've done that a couple of times, at least.
Okay, not seeing any requests from chat at the moment. We started with biotics, then we went tech, we just did weapons, platforms.
Yeah.
We've done a little bit of a wide variety of things. We didn't really go all out in the biotics, because I was going Broken Sentinel.
Biotics, yes.
So then it's time for us to do biotics.
We might be looking at all biotics here.
because I wasn't part of your game when you went biotic. So I
That
think
is true.
biotics.
That is
I
true.
think I'm feeling biotics. So.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
But then the question is, which
Right.
ones?
So,
Well, there is one that I can think of that I always almost immediately default to.
oh.
Which I'm tempted to do, depending on what everyone else chooses.
Okay.
Well, what do you have in mind?
Batarian Slasher?
Go for it.
Okay. Just in case someone else might have wanted him, but
No, that's cool.
which I wouldn't blame you because he is an absolutely amazing class, in my humble opinion.
He's very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, format's going Phoenix. Are we just turning this into a last crew right now? Is that what's happening?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, we just had collectors. Surely we're not going to get collectors again, right? I think our timing is a little bit off here, guys. I can't help but feel like our timing might be slightly off. Hmm. I'm feeling like I want to go Awakened Collector. Almost certain that I did not go for the Ascension Mastery stuff on previous occasions. Though part of me is a little bit tempted to try.
I could never quite get the hang of the Awakened Collector. The impression I got really, what I gathered from that class is that the best way to sort of use it, or the most optimal way, is to sort of treat it as a sort of weapons platform. Just because of
Yeah.
all the awkward cooldowns, and basically just use Dark Sphere whenever.
It does feel like he is, of all the adepts, he is not necessarily the most pure biotic of them all. I mean, obviously he has much biotic abilities, but
yeah, he doesn't really have a true spammable like the Seeker Swarms. They just don't do enough damage, and you have to replenish them after every number of goals, which again messes up your cooldowns. I can never really quite get into it, to be honest. I mean, probably put on I mean, I've seen people put on the Prothean Particle Rifle.
yeah,
and do pretty
like their
good,
SMG, Prothean Particle Rifle.
Yeah, and do pretty good work there, and it's a good way to roleplay the character, I guess.
He does get a small damage boost from using Collector / Prothean weapons.
Hence why. So yeah, you have that. So yeah, hence that weapons platform sort of aspect.
He does pack a lot of damage, for sure. Make sure we have a little bit of piercing. Okay, I think I'm good to go. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting how it seems like none of us took super traditional biotic characters. I mean, maybe even Zing for the most part. Like, the only one to have warp. I mean, I guess collectively we have a warp, we have a singularity.
The Slasher has warp.
Yeah.
The Slasher has.
We
warp,
do. Yeah, we
but,
do have a warp. We do have a singularity mixed between our different characters.
Actually, well, I've got two different ways of priming, which is because the Lash also primes as well.
Yeah.
Right. So, the Slasher is actually pretty good when it comes to priming at the end of the day. And then otherwise, the big damage is coming from the cluster grenades pretty much, and the biotic explosions from that. So.
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking. I was just guessing if we were gonna get reactor.
There, boss. Okay.
Does feel like this is usually who I get on this character. This map is what I tend to get on this character.
I'm dead.
Don't think I hit you. Oh, a lot more people over here. A whole lot more people over here. I miss. A moment, please. Where'd you last roll to? Did you kill him? What'd you do with him?
Outstanding work. Enemy is
Had to reload for a second, and Orbap's like, "Oh, don't mind if I do."
enemy force approaching.
It's supposed to be the other skill. I see you. Back here. That totally could have been a grab. Oh, okay. We will make enemies go boom with this team.
There'll be a lot of boom booms this game.
Enemy scramblers are disrupting our long-range communications. Get back and find that device. Target neutralized.
Hey, Atlas. Ow. This is gonna hurt.
Squad member needs help.
That is a Cerberus, dude. That is not one of you. Oh.
Okay, my experience in live, so that's not my plays. That's always great. That's always
Ow.
great to see.
Well, I got the sphere off. No, absolutely not. Oh, hello. Excuse me? No grabs?
Locate those devices and device down.
That was the objective. You just tried to shoot Vids. That's not how that works. No! This is gonna hurt.
Devices online.
Ooh, just in time.
Nice.
Ow.
Team member is hurt.
Oh, hello.
Mission accomplished. Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Bogies incoming. Acknowledged.
That's a phantom behind me, isn't it? Or not.
Member is hurt.
Gracias. That's a phantom, though. Oh, that's dirt. Look out. Oh, the stirring. Once again, I should have known. I did run right past someone. Hello. Goodbye.
Well done, team. Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping. Enemy force approaching.
Oh, that grenade. Thank you.
Oh, don't do that. That's rude. Oh, I need to
Team member
get out of there. You. This grenade might kill me. It did not kill me.
Thank you.
squad member in trouble.
Oops. Thank you. Where was that nemesis that I just heard?
Sensors tell me only one left.
I'm guessing right there.
Right over here.
Enemies down. Good shooting. Enemy forces down to half strength.
Half strength? Uh-oh.
We've got a drone on the ground that scanned enemy tech. Secure it and upload its content race. Keep close to the drone.
There are a lot of friends here.
It's good to have friends.
Ow.
Is flatlined. The drone is down. Get close again.
Thank you. Not gonna lie, it was a little hard to distinguish between Hormab and the Dragoon there.
I resemble that. Nice.
Ooh. Ha! No lashes for you.
Time to reload.
I still got to see that Nemesis ragdoll.
True. That's all we wanted, right?
That's good enough for me.
Oh, that was not good enough. Look out. That is a lot of phantoms right here. Oh no, the sphere got stuck. Oh, more phantoms. Come on. Give me a second.
Nice. Great Dark Sphere.
That did not do enough to take you out. And then it did. But you got me first. Look out. Oh, Atlas up here. Something behind us as well. What? Atlas, no! That's illegal!
Trying to fly. Trying to sprout wings.
It did!
Imagine that, a flying Atlas. Oh dear. It'd be the end of times.
Enemy force approaching. Squad member has flatlined.
What happened to that phantom?
Which one?
What the heck? What the heck? I couldn't tell if it was dead or if it was for some reason stuck in that ragdoll as it was singularity. Oh, it's like borderline T-pose phantom floating in air, possibly in the singularity. Oh.
Not the same as this.
Squad member needs help.
No.
That's not how I drew it up.
Team member has gone dark.
Charge out. We're out of time. Ow! On one hand, I am getting the spheres where I want them. On the other hand, I'm usually dying in order to make that happen. Oh, I hear Phantom.
Yep. She's dead.
Outstanding work.
Singularity is just so good in Phantoms.
Reload.
Yeah,
Yep.
once you get rid of their barriers, and just watching them fly off is pretty hilarious.
Enemies approaching.
It is.
I just want to throw out my spheres in peace. Never mind the fact that the spheres are there to kill you, but... Oh, that's the turret. That's where the turret went. Oh, sorry. Was that supposed to be set up for a grab?
Yeah, could have been. Who knows? Oh,
That's not good. Okay, if Dark channeled it. In theory, it'll die. Here we go.
nah, it's too far away. Can't get it from down here.
Behind us? Oh, yes. Many things behind us, actually. Ow.
Oh, Phantom.
Thank you. Oh, engineer, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm not having it. Not having it from you.
Team member offline. Team member is hurt. Outstanding work. Nice work. Enemy is still active. Stay alert. We have intel that identifies some key enemy personnel in the area. Zero in on those targets and finish them. Target eliminated.
Nice.
New target spotted.
Phantom now?
Phantom now.
Yep.
Enemy target has been marked.
Oh, same spot. A sec, I'll get you.
Last target is in play. Go get him.
That is the corner I did not want to get stuck on.
We still have an active target.
Oh, that's okay, too. Oh, that's the target. That's what that is.
Squad member down.
Is anyone nearby?
There are two phantoms on me,
Time is short. Get to your
but I'm dead. So I can't get you right now, but...
I've got the lots of stuff.
Everything gets stealth. There's an atlas on my head,
Phantom there.
for what it's worth.
Squad member offline.
Vids. What was a Phantom there? Not anymore.
Nice.
Oh,
Bye-bye. Oh, he's still alive. No, he's not alive anymore.
Ain't no way he's still over there.
Bye-bye, Phantom.
Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload. Shuttle inbound. Rendezvous for extraction.
Oh, Phantom Squad, roll out. Oh, Dragon's on us as well. I knew that.
Still a ways out. Head toward the LZ.
Nice.
nice.
No missiles necessary. Left side now, there's a fair bit. They're ways away, though. Not sure this is worth it. Oh, hello. That's not good. That's very not good, in fact.
Approaching LZ. Get moving.
I found where all the phantoms respawned.
Team member offline.
That's unfortunate. Or did they find you?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Excuse me. Excuse me! I will not stand for this. I will not stand for this. We might have already killed them. I'm just nuking everything that I see. Is basically what it comes down to.
We got it. Oh. Last second grenade.
Alright. Nice. Biotic squad, dare I say? I think we can venture to say a success.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, that was pretty sound.
Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. We're happy to make it happen. We do have a spot if anyone wants to jump in. There is room.
I'm gonna have to disappear for a bit,
Alright.
but thanks for the games.
No worries. Thanks for
We
stopping
might
by.
be able to catch you
Yeah.
for a bit later.
Alright.
Yeah, nice playing with you.
Yeah, good seeing you again too.
Catch you later.
Just you and me for the moment.
Yeah, so let us know, chat, if there's anything you want us to do, or if anyone wants to join us, you're welcome to. At this point, we have 2 slots. Otherwise, we could duo, we could open it up to pugs. How are we doing on consumables? Okay, running a little low on the gels, but we are in need. We could get an equipment pack here. I don't think I mean, it's not urgent. What's up, Tark? How's it going? How are you? We have plenty of room if you want to jump in here. You're welcome to tag along. Through your grandfather's 80th birthday. Happy birthday. To your grandfather. You right there? Awesome. In that case, it looks like we'll have a third. Theoretically, still room for one more if anyone else from chat wants to hop in. Not at the moment, no. At the moment, we're looking at just take whatever we want. Chat has been rather merciful today. Not sure if we've gotten any... Oh, well, we sort of got something from Formav earlier. Uh-oh. Alright, you may already be joining, but I'll send you the invite just in case. But yeah, as things currently stand, no requests from chat. Let me just see if Tark's hanging out in Discord. He is. There we are. How's it going? How are you?
Hey, Liz, how are you doing?
Doing all right. Have you two, Zing and Tark, have you guys played together before?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Recently.
Awesome. So yeah, as things currently stand, it looks like we can take whatever we'd want. So, up to you guys. Is there anything in particular we feel like going with this time around?
I think I'll just do my randomizer. It gave me the Turian Havoc.
Okay. Turian Havoc for you.
I'll just go with whatever I feel like in that case.
Yeah, the Havoc doesn't really have a lot of synergy with other classes. I mean, his Havoc Strike can detonate, I guess.
Well, there's Crowd Blast, I guess, for priming, I suppose.
Yeah, but it only primes unshielded targets, so it's not gonna go off a lot.
Yeah, so it's not the best.
It's a great debuffer for armor, though.
I've done an Adept, Engineer, and a Sentinel.
Oh, it's Vanguard o'clock.
I think it's Vanguard, Infiltrator, or Soldier are the ones that I've yet to use.
I haven't used Vanguard.
Oh, I did do a Soldier. So Infiltrator or Vanguard.
I haven't used Infiltrator, actually, so...
You want to go Infiltrator, I'll go Vanguard?
We can do that, yeah. Play a bit of, I don't know, Droll Assassin, maybe? Always like the Droll Assassin.
Which Vanguard do I want, though?
Yeah.
I did promote not that long ago, so I will probably need to spec them. Unless, looks like I do have my Nova Guard spec. I could just go for him. What if I do you?
Ah, the Falcon.
Yeah. Good for priming. Stagger might be helpful as well. Do people usually take the extra clip size for the Falcon? Is that a thing?
I think I do, because with the Falcon, it has quite a large clip, doesn't it? I don't remember.
I don't use the Falcon that much.
So just aren't that many things that you can use on it, since it can't pierce. And
Let
take
me
the
check
damage.
Let me check on my Geth Engineer. Yeah, I used the magazine upgrade and the extended barrel.
Okay.
It doesn't really benefit from it much, just at the
Right.
end of the day, to be fair, so...
It's
Yeah,
probably
there-
going to be that, or ultralight, or melee damage with the Omni Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
that- that-
pierce
that's
or
probably the
anything.
that's probably the most logical setup, to be honest, so yeah, stick with that.
Yeah. We'll save our big assault rifle lamps, because I don't think we're going to be firing it that much. It's mostly just for the priming. Is there a specific type of ammo that does or does not work well with what you guys are doing?
Not really.
No, I don't. I'm Yeah, I'm a pretty inert class at the end of the day, so
Okay.
it doesn't really affect anything. On my end.
Okay.
I guess your homing grenades detonate. I don't know how much you use them.
I only use the homing grenades really just for the vulnerability, for the debuff, and I
Yeah.
do use them for the explosion, for the actual explosion aspect as well. But it's not really. It's really mostly just for the debuff, to be honest. So it's not really. I don't think it really interacts with anything either. So again, it's a pretty inert ability. So yeah, it doesn't really get impacted by affect by anything, as far as I know.
Tark, how often are you going to be cryoblasting out of curiosity?
Everything I see, basically.
Okay. Cool. Alright, I think I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Yes, I think I am too.
Cryoblast is great for staggering, so you can line up your shotgun.
And I am great at detonating, not so great at priming outside of my weapon, so it looks like we have a bit of a common theme there with our team in that way.
Yeah, I'll be having striking basically to get around the map.
Uh-huh.
I'll just be, shooting stuff and somewhat debuffing as well. So
This
We
location
have
is
a Vanguard, and we have a fake Vanguard.
to stop you.
yeah,
The area
Hey,
collectors. Actually,
Oh, no. I don't
Havoc-
think that's good for us.
I'm
Havoc
playing
strike
a-
straight into bees.
It's not just that, but I'm playing on a class that relies on headshots. And collectors oh well.
I'm amazed I'm not already dead, he says as he almost dies.
enemies down. Good shooting.
Noise.
Time to reload. Enemies approaching.
Backside.
Have a bunch over here as well.
Wait. Oh no, I think I have the bug where you can't get into cover.
No, that's not good. You dead? You're not dead. Oh, look out.
Oh, now I get into cover. Okay. Let's
Okay,
hope it
that's
stays-
better
stays
than
this way.
nothing. Please get all fiery again.
Clean sweep. Well done. All clear. Enemy is still active. Stay alert.
We're not on dagger farming grabs? Not yet. Not yet, just you wait. It'll happen.
Those targets.
It'll happen. Ow. Who is it this time? Oh, now it's a possessed abomination. That works, I suppose. Look out. How are you not dead? Actually, that's what I wanted, but... Charge, charge, charge. Something charge. How about the target? Glad I didn't run over there.
One more and it's a wrap.
He's not dead?
Charge and Havoc Strike. Still going strong.
I shot him with the Falcon, charged him, and Nova'd him, and you hit him with Havoc Strike, and he somehow survived all of that?
Go on backside.
Yeah, he's sync happy.
No, it's not.
Not anymore, he isn't. Not necessarily sure I want to be up here, to tell you the truth. Where are you? Oh, the guy right in front of me is shooting. That's who's shooting me. Right. I knew that. Let's charge! No! You sing happy again. What's up, Slasher? How's it going?
At least the science are easy to manipulate. Just walk up to them and walk back.
Ooh, there are a lot of friends over here. Also, ow. I would like to have someone to charge, please. Ah, no, I hesitated. Thank you.
Oh, you are a brave one, sir.
It was low, okay? It was a calculated risk. Oh, uh-oh.
Oh,
That's,
when I ran up here, he was far away. No, he's not.
gonna be kind of hard to get you. Oh, hello.
Oh, F off. Where did you? Oh, you came up the ladder.
I can get you, probably.
Yeah.
Don't do it!
Cheers. Thanks for stopping me. Oh, hello, Patrol.
No, don't get possessed. Take that.
Enemy down to 50% strength. We've got a drone downed in the area. It's got true position data. Make it upload. Nice. Keep close or the drone will go dark again.
Oh, are we going all the way through the open field?
Lovely. Nuking? Oh, I already got one of them.
Watch your sectors.
This is not good. Nuking?
Sorry.
How dare you? Oh, at least it doesn't go all the way to the other side. Thank you, Falcon. Just casually bash that collector's head into the wall while I'm at it.
What are you doing, Praetorian?
Come on. Come on. Let me charge. Let me charge. It's not. Oh, what do you do with this? Well, that's unfortunate timing.
Outstanding work. You are the bestest everest.
Enemies approaching.
Backside.
What the heck just happened to my note? Branch the note. That's gonna hurt. Ow! Oh, just in time to still get bead, but at least finish the charge. Uh-oh, that's gonna kill me. That was also very confusing.
Yeah, this is not a good place right now.
Ow. Alright, guess we're charging you. We're dying either way. Thank you.
Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
Where are my grenades?
I'm not stealing them.
Force approaching.
Neither am I.
I'm suspecting the Drell.
I don't use grenades.
You got the homing grenades, don't you?
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, that's it's a though.
We get it? We did. Okay, cool. Mr. Praetorian, but we still got it. Excuse me, the Praetorian does not take any damage from that? That's not cool. Little switcheroo.
But it's not homing grenades, so
That
yeah.
was a mistake.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the homing
It
grenades.
does have homing grenades, but I haven't spec'd into them. It's just a weak on mine.
Oh,
Don't you dare poop these at me like that. Ever again. Disappointed by the lack of sync kills. We've not been synced yet. Actually, we might have even gotten 3-wave survive. Which is, saying something in a group with one Nova Guard and ow! And one Havoc.
well, I have the stim pack, so I
True.
should be able to stay alive.
I'm squishy as fuck because I'm a drow. The only thing that's closest to survivability is basically my maneuverability.
True. Yeah, we have, some of the riskiest,
Quite quick.
potentially squishiest characters, and I thought we got 3-wave survive, did we not? says as he charges into a Praetorian.
Well, I figure I can be any worse.
Grouping. Time to reload.
Since the Havoc Strike gives you no iframes and no shields.
But hey, you have stim packs, right?
I do.
There's that. I want that one. Oh. Oh, hello.
One of my recall packs disappears a bit thin air, it's really annoying.
Oh. Of course there was a captain hiding.
How is he still alive? Man, some of these captains, I'm telling you, man. They do not want to go down. Oh, please charge again. Thank you. What? No!
Oh, that was a good recall pack.
Thank you. What could possibly go wrong? Maybe getting beat. Maybe farming for grabs. Totally worth it.
Yeah, the open space down there, it's not a good place at the moment. And I'm out of op stacks, which is not good.
Hey, Praetorian, how's it going? How are you? How's your weekend? Really, is that so now? One moment, please. One moment, please. I know there's a Praetorian here. You see, we have other things to attend to. Other priorities here. Praetorian can wait. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Good. It's good.
A recon drone with enemy fleet intel went to ground in this area.
Oh
Oh,
god.
that is far away.
Stay close there. Enemy tool keeps it alive.
Sitting out back there. It's chasing us.
Yeah, we should.
Oh, hello.
Hey, bomb.
Oh, Is
You
that
weren't
so
in
now?
front of me, so I wasn't sure where you were.
is that so now?
Stay close.
Yeah, just in case you didn't know, there was an A bomb.
I was walking backwards, so
I just rounded the corner.
behind.
As soon as I rounded the corner, it went boom. Then you said A-bomb. Oh, let's not walk into those grenades. I'm crazy framey here. Just in time for this guy to try to sink me.
Well done, team.
Out of ammo. Had to do what I could.
Shuttle inbound. Get to the LC. Got it.
No, no, bad, 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 bad. We're doing it anyway, though. let's get out of here. I'm thinking. Oh, hello. Nice to meet you too. What could possibly go wrong? Look out!
Oh, hello.
Look
Praetorian.
out!
Oh, hello, different Praetorian. Just gonna run straight past you like you weren't even there. You did say good.
Yeah! Everything is fine.
Explosion.
Is that Praetorian shooting us from through there?
Easy, easy.
Not a single
20
sink.
20 minutes on 3 man, that's not bad.
Yeah.
No? Definitely not.
I'm sorry to disappoint, Uriel. 0 sinks. 0 sinks. Even with a Havoc, and even with a Nova Guard. That's saying something.
Well, I think I was just lucky a couple of times with the science. You find out on the Havoc really how vicious sinkulars they can be.
Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything that you'd like to see for the next one. We also have a spot if anyone would like to jump in. Uriel has volunteered. Let us.
Did you remove the challenge reward from
did I?
your stream?
Thought it should still.
Oh no,
be there.
I found it. It's
Okay.
in the middle.
Okay, so you have something big in mind then.
No.
Or not.
I would like to replay either of the challenges from the anniversary stream, either the boom room or the other one,
Okay.
where we divided the map into quadrants.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
you can decide.
Okay.
You'll have to explain this to me, obviously. This...
No worries.
Yeah.
Also, hi guys.
What's up, Uriel? How's it going? How are you?
I tried to go invisible before you could send me that invite, but it didn't work.
Too slow. Also, Lancer upgrade. That's pretty sweet.
Nice.
Okay, so tell you what, maybe I'll describe them, and Zing, since you have not done either of these before,
No.
and I think everyone else has done both of them. We'll have
No,
you.
I wasn't there for Boom Room. I was
Oh.
spectating.
Okay, so we could go for that one then.
It's really fun, yeah.
Okay,
Quadrants was hilarious though. A comedy of
Quadrants
errors.
was. Oh man, that was tough.
I
You
don't know
had it
what to
easy,
talk-
Uriel. I don't want to hear it from
No,
you.
the amount of time that I spent having to be like, guys, can someone take care of these phantoms?
I felt like my role in that run was just to kill mobs so Lynch doesn't die, because you have the entire upper outside area.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, let me describe them both so that Zing knows what we're talking about here. Which one should I start with, the boom room or quadrants?
Boom Room.
Okay, so boom room is comparatively relatively simple. Boom room is on Glacier. You know how on the upper level inside there's that little room in the corner?
Yeah.
Like a corridor.
Yeah.
That, that little dead end where you can die very easily.
So boom room is everyone on the team is either taking a Demolisher or a Talon Merc. Those are the only 2 characters you can play. And you must spend the entire match in that room. For
Okay.
objectives, you can go out, but as soon as the objective is done, you have to head straight back. No side trips over to pick up ammo. No, you're headed straight back to the boom room. And so it is all about shucking as many grenades and cane trip mines as possible. So anything that comes anywhere near that room
Okay.
goes
that sounds
boom.
Yeah, that sounds definitely right up my alley. I quite like that one.
So that's boom room.
Yeah, yep, got that.
Quadrants is a little bit different.
More complicated.
It's a little more complicated than that.
What I've gathered so far is you split any map. I'm guessing it's any map into 4 different quadrants into 4 different parts. And
That is the idea. That is the idea.
Is it 1 person in each part or something like?
Yeah,
like
and you can't leave your designated quadrant.
Ah, okay. That's okay. Actually, but again, obviously, I'm guessing objectives. That's separate.
I think for objectives we said
It depends on the objective. Like
Yeah.
we had devices at one point, and I ended up doing 3 of the devices because they were all we were on Giant, and they were all in that like control room area.
Yeah.
we had pizzas as well, and we said whoever had the pizza located in their zone was the only person who was allowed to do it.
No, we left it at the border, and then the other guy had to pick it up.
I think initially the plan was that whoever has it in their zone was going to deliver it all the way. But then since I was in the LZ, I had the LZ, and I think almost all the pizzas were in Vormav's area. Vormav would just run them up right to the border.
One of them started off like right next to me, and everyone was like, "Oh, you could just deliver it all the way." And then I took it to the end of the ramp and left it for Vormav to take the rest of the way.
And then Vormav probably passed it over to me. It was probably. A triple relay right there. So technically speaking, I don't think that was the intention. That was us kind of taking it a step further. But that is theoretically something you could do. Whereas hack, I think we were saying everyone would do that, and then for the drone, everyone would do that. For targets, it's up to. I mean, if you can hit the target from your zone, then great. But otherwise, you have to stay in your zone. So it's
You
really
could do
just
that with escorts as well.
Yeah, I think so. Basically, the only ones you could move out of your quadrant for would be hack,
Uploads, yeah.
Yep.
and the drone.
Well, you could do the drone without leaving. It would take a while.
It'd take a really long time.
It would take yeah.
I mean, theoretically, it could be one of those things where it starts in one person's quadrant and then it starts to move into another person's quadrant, so you end up passing it from one person to the other. But I still think
that could get quite complicated, though.
I still think that one we should probably just allow everyone to do it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Anyway, Zing, it's up to you.
Yeah. So which one of those?
Quick question there for the quadrant one. What happens when someone gets downed in their respective area?
So great question.
Tough luck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sucks
So-
to
you just have to get really good at the game and just rely off your own medi-gels and.
Well,
otherwise.
here's what I did, Zing. Since I was in that upper area.
We did it on Giant for what it's worth.
Yeah, since I was in the upper area, what I did was I made sure that if I thought that I was going to die, I went over to the ramp so that when I did die, my body rolled down and Vormac could revive me.
So most of the time,
That's
you're
clever.
probably gonna have to gel, but if you do,
But also, you can take the responder loadout just to be safe.
yeah, that might be worth doing. If you die close enough to someone else's zone, they can't cross into your quadrant. But since there is a small radius in which you can resurrect people, I had at least one occasion where I died near Tark, your zone, and you were able to revive me from your zone, I remember.
So that's
No,
yeah.
it was the other way around.
Other way
You
around?
revived me.
Okay.
Well, I might have revived you as well,
Might
but I
have been
remember you
both
revived
ways.
me once. Also, one of the quadrants, let's keep in mind, has no ammo boxes.
Yes.
Yep.
One has no ammo boxes. One has 2 ammo boxes, but is the largest and has a whole lot of spawns in it. One
Well,
is...
the one with no ammo boxes, ideally, you might actually want to either take like infinite, like, replenishable weapons or melee, I suppose.
Oh, didn't think of melee, but yeah, I
Oh,
mean, Tark, you
interesting.
had it with the you did Lancer on Geth Trooper, I think.
No, I had the particle rifle on the
Particle
Trooper.
rifle.
Or just a biotic class, which doesn't really care about weapons either way. But yeah, okay, interesting.
Yeah, so takes sort of a different strategy depending on which of the zones you're in, and it takes some teamwork, oddly enough, because although you're kind of sort of soloing stuff in your zone, you know, if you can help your teammate from your own zone, like for example, Uriel was in the upper far room, she could snipe people, then that's
Yeah,
helpful.
Go across into other zones, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
I spent a lot of time trying to keep Lids from getting sync kills.
yes.
We
If
all
not for- I was in serious trouble 99% of the time.
Because it was really easy for me to avoid spawns in my entire quadrant. So they often ended up with the lids either at LZ or the
Yeah.
other side.
Oftentimes, I had at least one spawn in my zone.
Yep.
But that's otherwise the only rule set. Otherwise, classes, it's basically free reign. Just pick,
Yep.
Yeah,
pick
Yep.
just whatever works best for you and your zone.
Well, it depends obviously what zone comes up, but
Yeah, I think we determined in advance which zone we wanted to do. and-
right. Oh, I see. So it's not like randomly picked or like
No,
randomly.
I mean, I
So-
guess you could, but
So here's a question that we need to ask.
Hmm?
Would we be doing Giant again, or would we consider another map?
oh, good question. Very
Because
good
I think we discovered some let's say complications with the setup on Giant.
I
Well,
mean,
the problem with most maps is you usually have one big open area. Like
Yeah.
Giant kinda has
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
With where Lids was, but like
A lot of maps are divisible into like 3 sections.
Because Hydra, imagine having the bottom part of Hydra. That's
yeah,
gonna be-
exactly. Hydra would be a nightmare.
Or
Oh
Ghost.
god, yeah.
Ghost, I think we might have been
Dagger, sorry.
considering. A dagger, yeah, that'd be tough. I think Uriel, we talked a little bit about. Oddly
Ghost
enough,
might actually be a decent one.
Ghost might be workable. Glacier, we talked a little bit about. It's tiny.
Yeah,
White-
Glacier is harder to like. It's harder to say where the exact separations are.
Yeah. White might also be fairly easy
White.
divisible. Although if you have LZ, you're kind of drawing the short.
Yeah, I
stick.
think White was one where we
Yeah.
had said there are 3 easy spots. Like you could say LZ, you could say the back outside area, you could say inside, but then where's the 4th quadrant?
Well, you could divide inside into 2, I guess. It's quite large.
Still think inside is probably the best zone, Ben.
Yeah.
And so to break that up even further, it's like, okay, whoever's inside is really lucky.
Also, I mean, Rio.
Rio actually was something that I was considering. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you consider the like the bridge in the middle,
Rio, I think, actually 5, almost.
Well, whoever gets
Yeah.
in the crates is going to be probably the most fortunate because
yes,
you've got a lot of cover, but you've got a ton of ammo boxes as well in that area.
You have the crates, you have the spot over to the side of the crates where seemingly there are always enemies spawning.
the electrical grid. Yeah,
Electrical grid area. There's the part in the
The
middle.
box of shame.
The box
Yeah.
of shame.
The box of shame.
There's the part in the middle, and then there's the 2 sides, you know, one of which is the LZ, the other is the side that's sort of across from the LZ, and so that kind of feels like that's 5 segments.
Yeah.
Unless you, like, double down and say that somebody has both sides where the LZ is, and you give someone just the middle. And you say, please help with sniping and assisting
Yeah.
everyone else.
I think
Actually-
Rio can easily be divided into like a lot of different like small sections, but then there are like other sections between them that are kind of ambiguous.
Oh, I was also thinking of reactor. Trying to find a way to make that work. That's a little hard to draw dividing lines.
Mm.
yeah, it's quite a complicated map. The same with Goddess. You have the big zone of death in
Yeah.
the middle.
Goddess is tough. Jade, same for that reason.
Oh, London. Oh my god.
Vancouver.
Vancouver might not be that bad.
Jade might not be.
Because I mean, both the upper and lower part of Vancouver is sort of defensible.
Asher saying quadrants on Condor.
Oh my gosh, Slasher, no!
Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
You know what? Since I paid for the challenge, I'm just gonna say Glacier, and we'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, actually,
All
do
right.
we want to do quadrants or do we want to do boom room? I'm not even sure if
Oh
we
yeah,
established.
sorry. Do you want to do boom room instead?
Since you've spoken so much about it, I would do the quadrant one. I think
Okay.
All right.
we'll do that.
So do we want Glacier?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I was thinking the locations for Glacier would be. One is outside in the LZ area. That's fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One is inside in the upper area, where obviously that includes the boom room, but sort of everything around that as well. Then there's the basement,
Yeah.
and probably include that sort of back large staircase in the basement so that it's not tiny. And then the fourth and final one is the middle hallway area that's to the right of the LZ. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
know what you mean. Yeah.
So that's an area that once again would not have ammo.
That has no ammo. Basement does have ammo if you're giving the staircase. Inside
Yeah.
has ammo.
So
LZ
where's-
has ammo. Yes, middle hallway is the only one that doesn't have ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the border between upper and LZ would be the doorway, right?
Yeah, doorway.
Where is the border between the corridor and the basement?
Yeah, so there's the tiny little staircase that goes from the middle hallway into the basement,
Yeah.
where it's just a few steps. I'm not sure who we want to give that little staircase to. Which one do we think is small? It's probably basement. Well, if we're giving the big stairs to basement,
Yeah, I'm thinking corridor since basement has the
Yeah.
there are sort of two floors in the basement. One
Yeah.
is a little higher. So if they get both those and the large staircase, then the corridor could get the smaller staircase.
yeah, and give corridor something to work with, because otherwise, corridor is gonna have a really rough time.
And the border for the upper floor would be the top of the staircase, the large staircase, right?
It
And the
could
door.
be, or it could
and the
be the little
doorway.
archway. Yeah, I think maybe it's the doorway itself. Just to give, because
Yeah.
again, I think that middle hallway is going to be the hardest. So I think giving middle hallway that little bit of cover at the top of the stairs there would be helpful. There's a little
Yeah.
bit of cover at the bottom, and then you have the tiny little staircase leading into basement, so you can sidestep if, I don't know, you have like Ravagers that are trying to get a clean line of sight on you, you can at least sidestep them.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
how does that sound?
Sounds good.
Any other questions about the orders of those quadrants?
All right. So can you reiterate what the
Yeah.
basement zone would be?
So basement,
Can we just start the game on like bronze and just like take a tour? So
We
we're
could.
sure.
Oh, sure.
we could do that.
Yeah.
Just start with whatever we're on right now.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, just take like a tanky character that you can just casually stroll around with.
Yeah, I'll take the Crow Guard. He'll never die.
Let's slap on some level 1 equipment. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Finally, a use for it.
All right, look out,
Yep.
guys. It's a speedy jug.
You know what I
A
just
level
realized,
1
though?
speedy jug.
The spawns on this map with everyone spread out will be a nightmare.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. We are totally screwed with the spawns. I have no idea where. I feel like they're going to end up in the top floor.
Yeah, either in the boom room or in the back.
Yeah. So I think that person's gonna have the most spawns on them. I think the middle hallway person is going to have the toughest time when enemies are next to them.
Yeah.
I think LZ might be the easiest. Okay, so obviously this is LZ.
Yeah.
I'm going to tentatively say that I think I want the basement.
So this
this
is
is the-
this is the
Why?
dividing line between LZ and upper floor, right here, this doorway.
Yeah.
Then, so that's one zone. Upstairs is big. So you have this
Here,
whole
right?
area. Yeah, and where Tark is, that's the dividing line between middle hallway and the upper floor. So that means middle hallway does have this little bit of cover right here. And the little staircase right here, this still
So-
belongs to middle hallway, is what we're saying, I think.
Yeah, so here is where we are now. There's
This is the dividing line, so middle
Yeah.
hallway, basement. So basement, you have this, you have this.
Well, so basement cuts off at like the bottom of the stairs here.
Basement
Yeah,
does have...
yeah,
basement, you do
right
get
where
this...
I am now.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, where are you
So
guys?
that'd be very timely.
Yeah, so basement, you don't get the little staircase, but you do get the big staircase.
Got
Yeah,
it.
otherwise you have no ammo.
Yeah, and that too.
So the corridor then has no ammo, so we have to
Corridor's
take
the
that
only
in
one
mind.
with no ammo. Upstairs has 1 box. Basement has 1 box. LZ has 1 box.
Yeah.
Clean sweep. Well done.
Alright. Well, I think
Yeah,
we're good then.
if everyone's okay with it, I think I would like basement.
Okay. I'll be happy to take either. Doesn't mind. Don't mind.
I don't.
Are we
I don't
thinking we're gonna go through on bronze here, or are we just gonna die to do this on gold?
But just quit, I guess.
Yeah.
Quit. I suppose we can do
it's not
that.
really much yeah, it's not really much point.
So I'm gonna stay here forever if I have to die.
I know, same.
Yeah.
I have 4,500 shields with.
Yeah, it would take quite a while.
Guys, I might have gone a little overkill. What's up? we were just scouting things out because we're about to do a challenge, but it is a complicated challenge that requires that we understand the cutoff between different quadrants, different zones on that map there. So we're gonna be on Glacier, we're gonna bump it up to gold, but each person must stay in their quadrant. They cannot leave their quadrant at all unless it is a hack or it is a drone objective.
You know what? For such a small map, do we really need to move for the drone? Because all
I'm
the
not even
drones
sure if we
in
do.
Glacier are pretty short.
You could make a case that it's so short.
Okay, so I think for this map, even more so than Giant in some ways because of the staircases, we need to be mindful of our own mortality.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm thinking if someone if nobody really wants the top floor, I could take my Korgan Sentinel there.
Also, on that note that Uriel just said, if the person who is in a zone dies and can't get up, like gets synced or stomped, and there's an objective in that zone, we lose.
Yep.
So, like, for example, if you
Sounds
have a device in my zone and I get synced and you guys can't reach it, then we lose. So that's you got to be really careful of that.
Do we want to preset an enemy or no?
What I think we had Reapers. I don't remember if we
No,
preset
we did
them.
Cerberus.
It was Cerberus. Did we
really
preset?
want to
There
avoid-
were phantoms and atlases everywhere.
I think we really want to avoid collectors, to be honest. It's just gonna make it so unpleasant.
In such a
Yeah.
small area.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
gonna
let's
be
at least-
constant swarms on us.
Glacier or Glacier Hazard.
I'm fine with
Oh,
either,
please,
either
please
other
regular,
faction.
please regular. I hate Glacier
It would be.
Hazard so much.
I do too. I do too. But it would have been a nightmare if it was Glacier Hazard. Like, no, the Hazard won't leave my zone. Get out of here.
Oh god.
Like, if you're middle hallway, you have almost nowhere to run from a Hazard.
You know about the whole thing where the swarm like speeds up to get to the area where the host is, right?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's been tested. There are like videos on it and everything. But yeah, if you're the host, depending on what like the game splits up the map into like different sections, and so depending
Quadrants,
on
one
where the
might say?
host is, in a way, but depending on where the host is along like the route that it takes, it'll actually like start to move faster to get to where the host is.
Oh man, I've never heard that before.
I'll just pick since it's my challenge. I'll just pick.
Sure, there are videos.
Let's do Geth.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, because Tark made the request, I think we'll go with Tark stuff for location. Because yeah, you did say Glacier earlier, and you say Geth. Okay, so that means no sinks at least.
Yeah.
There are
That sounds-
definitely some pyros spawning right on top of you is scary.
So we're established. I don't mind which area I end up having. I'm actually quite tempted to take the middle area if no one else has already picked that, with just the smallest stair with the middle corridor and the middle corridor.
Mm-hmm.
If no one else has.
I'm
I
fine
think-
with either.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
happy to
Uriel
take
said
that,
basement.
Yep. So basement. So yeah, Yo-Yo's basement. Talk your upstairs, right?
I can do upstairs or LC.
Yeah, it's upstairs or LZ between the two of us. I think those are the two places where there are going to be the most spawns.
Yeah, but the LZ and upstairs can also help each other out quite a lot.
Yeah, I think LZ and
I'll just be waiting
basement.
for whatever, and I'll just be waiting for whatever filters through, basically, in the dead center.
Yeah, I think if you're in the middle, Zing, I think your key is going to be, you might not have stuff spawning on you very often, but there are going to be people who need your help. And you, because you're in the middle, you might have the best ability to assist whoever's getting overwhelmed. You probably do.
You can assist all 3 other quadrants, basically.
Yeah.
Help me, Zingbar. You're my only hope.
Well, we'll see how that goes, because I'm playing a melee couch to the Riga Carbine, so I've only got a certain amount of range.
Oh god.
and I'm not changing it because it's Geth, and it's a Krogan Warlord, so it's perfect.
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Chase your bliss, man.
So I think the only
I might
people...
be of some help, but we'll see how it goes, hopefully.
Yeah, the only people who will not have any interaction at all, I think, will be LZ and basement. There's no overlap there.
Yeah.
Everyone else is theoretically capable of at least seeing, and if they're right on the borderline, resurrecting or just assisting in some way, shape, or form another person.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, communication is key.
Communication is definitely key, for sure. Okay. So, because there will be times when there's just no enemies in your zone. You're like, okay, does anyone need some help? Who needs it? Okay, so have we established Uriel basement, Zing middle hallway, and then it's just Tark and I. Which one do you want? Which one should I take?
You decide.
Okay, is there a specific... What characters are people going with? Because there might be specific characters that make more sense in certain circumstances. Like, if you're in the middle... then, you know, having more ways to help teammates might be meaningful, whereas because if you're in the LZ and basements, you theoretically are in the corner and might have a little less help from other people. LZ might have the most cover. Or upstairs.
Upstairs is gonna see a lot of action, though. I'm thinking of taking a high DPS character, and I can stay on the top.
Okay, and if you can shooting through walls, I feel like would be pretty big in some way, shape, or form. Like, at least between LZ and upstairs, with that thin little glass where it's easy to see through. That's a nice way to help your teammate there. From a safe distance. So yeah, I can go LZ. I'll if I do that, I'll definitely make sure I have a way to hit through walls a bit.
The trooper would make a lot of sense again, because he can shoot through walls, but I played him the last time. A Tarian Brawler can take a punch as well.
It's
I suppose
true.
if you stack as much war piercing as you can with hunter mode.
You could shoot almost anywhere.
With like the javelin or something, that could be quite cool.
Yeah, I don't really want to be a sniper on top though. Suddenly they're all behind you.
Also, sniping on Glacier in general is kind of a nightmare.
You know, I'll stick with the Sentinel. He's not that big on armor, but he has the carrier. He can make it work.
Oh, Krogan Sentinel. Okay.
Yeah.
I might go...
Quite a punch.
I might even go Brawler. We're talking Geth. Oh, no, you know what I'll do? I know what I'll do.
Salarian Engineer would be great as well.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly what I'm thinking. I don't know if you're looking at me when I took that, but that is exactly what I was thinking.
I mean the Paladin as well. Oh my god, it would be
Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody needs to take the Paladin.
I'll take the Paladin, sure. But I need the respect pack because he has a power build right now, and I want the melee / Captain America build.
Yeah, that's what I run on him whenever I've used him.
I just need a respect pack from the store real quick. Should be fairly easy, I hope.
Is it worth loading up on additional ops packs or gels?
I mean, maybe, but
I mean, think if this was a challenge on the N7 challenge, you would definitely have a ban on those specs.
Uh-huh. You think?
Yeah, like armored compartments and stuff.
also,
like
if it were an N7S challenge, it would be plat if we're being honest, because like 90% of them are.
We'd make it gold or plat. Alright, I think I'm good. So, to confirm, I'm going Solarian Engineer, I'm taking LZ. Uriel, Turian Soldier, you're taking Basement.
Yep.
Tark, you're going upstairs, inside. You're gonna go... Right, Paladin, switch it over to that.
I can go upstairs or LC, whichever you want.
Okay, I think... Shouldn't make a huge difference to me. I don't know, if you're doing Paladin, are you going to have more opportunities to go through? I think you're going to have more opportunities to go through. Well, which one has more walls for you to freeze through?
It doesn't matter. It's a close quarters build, so
Yeah,
I rely
either
too
way
much
you'll
on
be
the
fine.
walls.
Yeah, I think either one works. For both of us. And then Zing is in the middle hallway with the Krogan Warlord. Zing is the only one that does not have access to ammo packs, which is why, or rather,
And I appreciate that I am playing a somewhat selfish build, but
I mean, you have
so,
a tough role for that
also,
reason.
but
You have the Rieger with no way to replenish ammo.
Oh, that is
God.
true.
Between
That is true.
waves.
yeah, I just realized that.
So are you sure you want to go with the Rieger?
Yeah.
You still have time to change your mind.
No, I am sure. I'm sure. I'm sticking with it.
I like how...
I mean, the Riga Carbine ultimately is really just for shield stripping and like proccing incendiary explosions, really. But so I've still got my main melee. But
Are you fine even with pyros, though?
yeah, pyro's not really a problem.
Okay.
And obviously it's Jeff, so I don't have to worry about sync kills.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Yeah,
definitely
you
nice.
should-
That's why I kinda
you
wanted-
should-
That's why I kind of wanted to pick this, because Krogan Warlord is meant to be sort of easy mode against Geth, since you don't have to worry about sync kills, obviously. Yeah, I'll stick to this, and if it ends up not working out, then oh well.
Then you'll know.
I mean,
Then we'll
yeah,
know.
worst comes to
We'll
worst, you have a
know-
hammer,
we'll
right?
have 100% confirmation.
It's perfectly possible to play the Krogan Warlord
But
against
then
Geth
again,
and never fire a weapon.
I'm probably in theory not gonna have as many enemies as
Yeah.
as like, especially like up in the LZ and upstairs area. So
Honestly, I think
it won't be as much of a problem. I don't think.
you could potentially just go 100% support. Like, you might almost never have any enemies
Like, the
directly in
only
your
time
area.
that the Riga Carbine will really be necessary for me is if I actually do need to help out Uriel and the enemies are in enough on her side are in enough range for me to actually use it. Otherwise, if a Geth Prime.
Well, what's the likelihood?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
Come closer,
it's
come
not
closer.
unlikely.
Come here, Prime.
like you see a prime on that like short ramp.
I mean, you could argue that since you're not going to have a lot of enemies close to you, you could grab a charge weapon and shoot into another zone when there's nothing to hit.
Tell you what,
Instead of the Rieger, like the
Tell you what, I'll
Particle
put on- I'll
rifle.
put-
Yeah,
I'll tell you what,
Lancer.
well, I'm not getting rid of the Riga. I'll just put on some other weapon.
Okay.
Not
I'm
true.
not getting rid of the Riga.
You don't have
I'm
to.
I
I'm
must.
not getting rid of it.
I
You
must
can't
have the
make
Rieger.
me.
It's gotta have the Riga. Let's be like whatever really. Let's see.
I guess the collector SMG is the lightest if you don't want to recharge
Yeah, you
your
can do
hammer
that.
once every blue moon.
If you do particle rifle, you can still put melee damage on it.
Well, in the time
Yeah,
that
the
it
collector's
takes
SMG
the
is quite
hammer to
light, actually.
recharge, that's how long it's gonna take for him to see a second enemy.
Yeah.
True. True.
Are we good to go?
Are you throwing on another weapon, Zing, or are you good with just the
Yeah,
Rieger?
I'm just gonna throw on like the collector SMG because it is quite a light weapon in all fairness.
Yeah.
So, and then I'll just slot on.
Yeah, I think at least other people will
Yeah, let's stick with
appreciate that, because then you'll have more opportunity when there isn't anything anywhere near you to do more than just twiddle your thumbs.
Yeah.
Either that or I just put on the acolyte and just help out with shield stripping, but I don't know. But that might not really, that's not really going to help. Maybe that might not be too helpful. Yeah, I was sick of this and yeah, see how it goes.
All right,
Let's go for it.
Quadrants it is. So remember, it is hack, and it is, do we want to have the drone where everyone goes to get it, or do we just go one zone at a time?
I think it'll depend on where the drone is.
All right, let's do it. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, please get out of my zone. This is my
Wow.
quadrant. Scram.
Rude.
Where can I stand to? Oh, I'm gonna get all the spawns. I can't block them all, I think.
Where?
Lids, right after you told us to leave, my character said understood.
Okay, where are they?
Oh my
They're
god!
over here in Tark's area. Ow. And my area.
I'm gonna
Lovely.
see a lot of things spawning right in front of my face. Wow.
That's not good.
Not sure if you are. Oh, hold up. Close enough for me to do anything about that. Thank you, Zing.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh
Okay,
no! Oh
I'm
no!
clear now.
Oh no! Oh no!
Up behind you, Tark. Gotcha. Zing, I might. No, I can't get you.
This was
Far away.
How dare you infringe on my space? So I think.
How's it going, guys? How are your quadrants?
But the problem with the crawler, it's got such a massive body. So when I died, he kind of just, yeah, he just collapsed into your...
Over here, Tark.
Also over here.
Yeah, doing what I can to help you out. Oh,
Getting enemies spawning behind me? I'm not. Ooh. Don't shoot me. Okay, I'm clear. I can definitely help Zing here.
I'm hoping personally if it works, that when Primes start coming in, I can potentially grab the attention of the correct SMG and they start...
Alright, everyone can go.
going to me.
We're allowed to go.
Wait, what are you doing in my space? Lids, you can stay
It's a
in my
hack.
space.
Oh, it's true. That is true. That is true. You're not wrong. I suppose that is true. I can actually, in some circumstances, I think even assist Uriel. If oh, Prime over here.
if you aim very carefully.
Okay, Brogan.
How's it going in there?
Oh, you know.
Oh, more Primes
They're
over here.
dying. They're dying faster than I guess. Alright, get out of my space.
Get back. No trips to pick up ammo. Oh, and then you brought the bomber into my zone. How dare you?
Okay, I actually can't get through to my zone yet. There we go. Well,
What I'm hoping is I can potentially aggro some of maybe the Primes when they start spawning in. And,
I
into
sure
my,
hope so.
I'm hoping it may
Oh
not
my
work,
God.
but and then lure them to my zone.
Oh.
Obviously, it may not.
Sure, I was thinking I got nothing.
I can deal with the. I can deal with the.
Energy
Primes,
drain!
understood.
Wait, what? No! I energy drained 2 rocket troopers as they were right on the edge of the map, and then they fell down off the edge of the map I thought they died. I didn't get the kill to pop up though. And then it turned out they just came back. They fell off the edge of the map and then they came back.
Oh wait.
Were you entering my territory?
I took like one step in and then I remembered I can't go up that ramp. I didn't kill anything while I was there though.
That's fair enough.
Oh. Or in my zone. Alright, quiet over here. Anybody need help? There
Just
we go.
to warn everyone as well, my Krogan left his mark in this area, so to claim it as his. So you might see some puddles in a few places.
Oh, gross.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm enemyless. Oh, never
Same.
mind. Never mind. They're coming from Tark's zone into my
God.
zone.
Never mind here as well.
Oh, I just realized as well that keeping up my range, my Krogan in range state is going to be very difficult.
That's what you want.
It's like your Krogan discovered the wonders of therapy, and so now he can't be mad for prolonged periods of time.
I like how this Prime was totally in Tark's zone and then just decided when no one was over there. He didn't care about being over there. He insisted on going to my
Oh, he
area.
really doesn't give a shit about me. Okay. He just wants
Oh, I forgot the hunters can fire whenever they're staggered or whatever.
Oh, hello. Tark, you have a lot of stuff coming your way. You have 2 Primes.
Yeah, I see it.
Right, I can kind of help you out to a certain extent.
Ah, get hunter. Need to use my rage. No! Took it away from me!
In my defense, I had been working on that hunter already.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna let some Krogan take my kill.
But I need rage to sustain myself. Oh, right, why?
Oh, wow. Once again, I technically don't need to leave my quadrant. Okay, so I will stay out here.
Puddles. Mind the puddles. Mind the puddles for your, for your benefit.
Oh, I saw that. Oh, I got a lot of friends coming this way. Including this one right next to me. Oh, I was gonna grab you.
Oh dear.
Where is him?
It's just barely too far. Couldn't you have died like 6 inches closer?
Oh well.
Hello, rocket trooper. Oh. Right at the end, you guys decide to all flood my zone. I see how it is. Go away, Pyro. Go away, Pyro. Oh no, this is not good.
There we go.
I ran out of ammo the moment the objective completed. Beautiful.
Back to your sections.
All clear.
Nice.
Good work. Enemy is regrouping.
Had to fight through 5 mobs, but I got back.
Wow.
Nice.
Here they come.
Oh, they're in the boom room.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't see anything.
Oh, there they are.
No. Ah, no! I don't
those
think I'm
viruses
close
screwed me
enough
up.
for you to get me. That was sloppy on my part. Still shooting at my
Oh.
decoy, though.
Sorry, couldn't get without cheating.
Oh, that's not good. That's very not good.
Watch out, Tark.
I see that.
The distant sound of laughing Krogan. Well,
Ow.
hey Tark, could you somehow lure that oh.
No.
I stole them. Sorry.
Enemies inbound.
Got it.
I'm empty.
Yeah, boom room again.
Okay. Ooh, and they're coming into my zone from your zone. Hunters ambushing me. How dare they? Okay. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Decoy is tanking it like a pro. Oh, there's more where that came from. You got a lot near the top area, Dark. Decoy's down. That's not good. Check out here.
You're very popular, Tark.
Yeah, I can't block all my spawns, unfortunately. It's either the boom room or the little room.
Tark, could you deal with things on the upper area, please? You have a serious line building up, and they have continued to decide to head over this way.
Oh, believe me, there's enough of them on the other side. I've just been standing in one spot, killing everything, walking slowly towards me.
Enemy force approaching.
Got it.
Oh, hello. That was a new spawn.
Nothing on me.
Well, just our range.
Oh, you got a lot over there in the boom
Two
room, Tark.
prongs in the boom room.
Yeah, if you have them right where they currently are, I can get them from here. So just leave them right there. It's perfect.
The exit
Oh,
part of the boom
same
room
part.
is actually great because both you and Uriel can grab them.
Oh, we're gonna have a primes coming after me as well.
Oh, we
Prime.
have
Look at the
another
decoy.
prime.
Prime, why don't you care with the decoy? Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Don't corner me!
Land over climb. Yeah, maybe I can. Watch out. Oh, he's on your knee.
Oh, where are you, Tark?
Fuck's sake.
Go. I might be able to get you. I cannot get you.
Let them walk towards you.
The wave's almost over for what it's worth. There we go.
Enemy is still active. Stay alert.
Yeah, I was in hard cover and the drone still staggered me. I don't know.
Ooh.
Okay, so have to stay to your zone still. I can do this if you want, Tark.
Hey, Zing, that's what you get for coming down the stairs into my zone. How
Still
dare
in Tark's
you.
zone. I can hit it from here as well, if that's helpful, Tark. Where's this next one? Still in Tark's zone.
Come over here.
That didn't Zing spot? I definitely can't get you there, Tark.
Oh, that would be weird if you could.
Why did
That's
the
gonna
prime
what killed me.
ignore the decoy? Thank you.
No, I just realized I could have potentially shot some stuff around the LZ, but
Yeah, that's what I was referring to before. Like right now, I can hit these guys that just spawned over there.
Oh, it would have
little bit.
required enemies to be in like a very small and specific section.
Ooh, you have a lot of fear, Dark.
So at what point are we allowed to move toward extraction?
I think you have to basically do it at the very end.
Okay.
On this map, I say 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
It's such a
Okay,
small
you
map.
know,
Also, it's
fine.
it's
I
not a
have-
happy place here right now.
I
For
have
what it's
fucking
worth.
nukes left, it's fine.
That was supposed to be you. This is not a happy place right now. Uh-oh. Nope. There we go. Okay, 20 seconds. Get ready to make your move. 15. Alright, time to go.
Alright.
Tark! Tark! Get over here, Tark! Oh, that was close.
Nice.
That was a pretty quick game.
Yeah, it's Glacier. It's always quick.
True. Except when it goes like terribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Now imagine this on Hazard.
You know, I would prefer not to.
And Platinum.
So how was it?
Oh, I
would
did
say
not like it up there. It was way too hard to.
Tark had a
We got
ton
off
of
to-
stuff.
we got off to a pretty rough start, but
I should have picked a beefier character up there, to be honest. The Sentinel can take quite, the Paladin can take quite a beating, but not like that.
Uh-huh. We made it work, though. We made it work. How many gels
Yeah.
did you have remaining toward the end there, Tark?
2, I think.
Okay.
I used 0. Yeah.
Nice. What's up, super serious man? How's it going? So yeah, that was the Quadrants challenge that we created a month or two ago. Previously, we had only done it on Giants, so that was our first time trying it on Glacier. But it was one of the maps that we had theorized where it was theoretically possible to make it happen. So let's see. So I guess Tark and Uriel, since you two have both done it on Giants and on Glacier, do you have a sense which one feels like it's a better fit?
I mean, listen, they both have like one extremely deadly area each.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I mean, I imagine if I played the outside part on Giant, I would feel pretty much the same as I do now. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I like Glacier just because it's smaller.
I think at some point we should also try it on Ghost just to see.
Yeah, I'm a
because
little
I feel
intrigued
like
by Ghost.
I feel like there are like 4 like parallel lines basically that we could divvy
I can
up.
think of 3 parallel lines, and then you take LZ, or like the front half of the map, basically. Like I'm thinking the oh no, actually I can see what you're saying with 4. I can see what you're saying with 4. I'm not sure what you do about LZ, but
Just ignore it. I don't know.
LZ in the back room that is kind of cuts across many of those areas.
There are
Those
no
two are a
uploads
little
there
tricky.
either, is there?
What's that?
There are no uploads on LZ on Ghost, is it? So you
I
basically
don't
can ignore
think
it.
so.
Yeah, we
some,
could just pretend it doesn't exist.
maybe
It would
some
be a-
escorts go down there. I'm not sure.
It would be a kill zone anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could snipe. Just hit people from afar. That would work. Theoretically. Ooh, paladin upgrade.
Yeah, personally, I thought that giant, like, in terms of like cooperation, I felt like that was a better fit because
Yeah.
of like, yeah, I mean, yeah, because Glacier has so many just like little twists and turns where like you can't really see large sections of other people's zones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was harder to assist other people
Yeah, there's a
outside
lot
of.
blind spots.
Yeah. I mean, I hardly ever assisted anyone because there was always mobs in my
Yeah,
zone.
I kind of concluded that maybe Krogan Warlord wasn't the best.
And I had.
You're-
To be
you're-
fair, here's the thing.
Do you have any spawns in your zone?
To be fair, there are actually well, there is that spawn like in Uriel's bit with like the sort of semi upstairs bit.
Yeah,
They
the
sort of
slightly
do
elevated
that,
part.
Especially, and then I did get quite a bit of action on the extraction wave as well. In all fairness.
Where did they
no,
spawn
yeah, I
there
was
for
quite
you?
Limited at the end of the day. I think if I actually had talks area or the LZ, it probably would have been a lot better because the Krogan Warlord is a tanky character.
Uh-huh.
And it's Geth, so I think I could have probably have shined more there.
Uh-huh.
If we, yeah, it's yeah, it was yeah. So, yeah, don't take the Warlords. Do that challenge again. In that part
the
of the map, at
the
least.
Warlord would have been amazing where
He
I
would
was.
have been, like I said, if he was
I feel like you two
limited
needed to switch.
areas, it would have been
Yeah,
Tarkin and
exactly.
I feel like Tarkin
because
Zing
the other
needed to
problem
switch.
as well, like the Warlocks, because I haven't played this character in a while, and I completely forgot that obviously, like a big part of him is maintaining his rage mode.
Yeah.
And that's your survivability as well, and that's what was killing me in places as well, because I just didn't have the damage, didn't have the survivability to handle Geth Primes consistently. Geth Prime was fucking me up actually. I mean, a lot the most probably, in all fairness.
The paladin on a power build in the middle corridor would be amazing. He could just explode all across the map.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it was like in any other area, it would have been a lot more suited, to be honest. But yeah.